Hello there, you amazing viewers and subscribers, and welcome to a new Doctor Who topic video for today. So, last night my good friend, and who I had been talking to on Facebook for quite a while now, Thomas Stevens, messaged me, and he kind of sent me a picture, well, this picture, to say Season 22 is next to come out in Doctor Who The Collection range. Now, if you watched my Doctor Who, my products, my predictions for the Doctor Who, the Blu-ray range in 2020, for 2022 to 2027, you know I've actually put this down to be the first season, Season 22. So now it looks like my prediction is coming right. Season 22 is going to be the next Doctor Who, the Collection Blu-ray box set. Now, we've already got one box set of Colin Baker out so far, which is Season 23. So it looks like we're going to be getting Season 22 next. And that way you can have the 2 full seasons of Colin Baker's Doctor. Now, I said this as a prediction, saying that I think for 2022 we will get Season 22. And it looks like I was right. Now, it does absolutely looks right that I'm absolutely correct. Season 22 is the next Doctor Who Blu-ray box set. And it just looks like I'm absolutely correct, and I'm absolutely shocked, because every time I've said I want a new Doctor Who box set to come out, I mean, for 2021 I predicted it would have had season 20 or 21. That's not happened. I didn't really predict we would get another McCoy so soon, after a year after we had season 26, but it seems I was right about this one. But nothing's really been confirmed yet by the BBC, but this website does say Season 22 is next. Now, Season 22 is a good season of classic Doctor Who, starring Colin Baker as the 6th Doctor after his terrible story known as the Twin Dilemma is going to come out in Season 21. So, Season 22, we've got some good stories in this season. I own all of these on DVD. I only own one of these on VHS, which is Attack of the Cybermen. So let's dive into what I own of Doctor Who Season 22. So anyway, the picture I've made of Season 22 should have come up. So during this season, we have Attack of the Cybermen. Then, of course, we have Vengeance on Varus. Then, of course, we have the Mark of the Irani. Then, of course, we have one of my favourite stories of this season, The Two Doctors, which is the last appearance of Patrick Troughton as the 2nd Doctor, because unfortunately he passed away 2 years after the story was broadcast, and it features the last return of the Santarans in classic Doctor Who. Then, of course, we have Timelash with the Borad, and then, of course, Revolution of the Daleks. Now, as you can see, mine signed by Colin Baker. So, yeah, we are having these 6 stories going to be come out in the Blu-ray range next. So, how do I personally feel about having Doctor Who Season 22 next out on Blu-ray? I'm thrilled, to be honest with you, because it doesn't really look right that we've got 2 McCoys, 4 Tom Bakers, 2 John Pertwees, where we've only got 1 Peter Davison and 1 Colin Baker. So I'm absolutely glad we're getting Colin Baker's first full-on season as the Doctor, as the 6th Doctor. But there again, you only had 2 box sets, so it means for Blu-ray, we'll actually have his complete seasons. The only story we'll be missing on Blu-ray is the Twin Dilemma, but that will probably come out in Season 21, because that is the story from Season 21. Now, my favourite stories from this season is pretty hard to say, because I love every single one of these stories. So, to go to my all-time favourite to my least favourite, let's dive into what I think of the stories from Season 22. So, of course, my all-time favourite story from Season 22 is, of course, Attack of the Cybermen. Yes, I absolutely love the story. I mean, the Return of the Cybermen. We have it's a sequel and a prequel. It's a prequel to the 10th Planet because it's set a year before the 10th Planet. And again, it's a sequel because we have the Teros Cybermen from the Tomb of the Cybermen, as well as the Cybermen left over from the Invasion. So it is like a sequel and a prequel to 3 classic Doctor Who stories, which is the 10th Planet, Tomb of the Cybermen, and the Invasion. Again, I really enjoyed this story. I like the cyber controller, which is him. We also have the cryons and everything, so do pretty much enjoy Tango Salmon. The next story is, of course, Vengeance on Varus. So we got Tia, the normal edition, special edition. Now, to say this is probably my second favourite Colin Baker story out of his entire era. Because I absolutely like the character still. I really think he's an interesting villain. When you see him do his laugh going, like that, I absolutely enjoyed the slug creature. Execute him! And then, of course, you kind of do have that cliffhanger where you think the Doctor is going to die because they're trying to make his brain think he's in the kind of like desert, and you've got Perry going, drink, Doctor, drink of water, and he goes, Perry, and then you just see him collapse and you think he's dead. Even though it does get a bit violent when you kind of see the Doctor basically kind of push 2 people into an acid bath. Pretty much enjoyable though, do enjoy that story. Then, of course, the next story is, of course, the Mark of the Irani. Now, this is the very first appearance of the Irani. The Master's back in this story. So, instead of having 2 Time Lords like we do with the Doctor and the Master, they throw in the Irani. So, we end up having 3 Time Lords. But the Doctor's got to try and fight against 2 of them. It's a bit like, how can I say this? It is a bit like Word Enough in Time, but the Irani isn't a female version of the Master. She's just another Time Lord. Or shall I say, Time Lady. I absolutely do like her titles because that's our actual console. This was actually filmed up in Ironbridge in Telford, and I'm not only down the road from there. So I probably will go up at some point this year to go and have a look at the old filming locations for the story. Do enjoy Mark of the Irani. The next story is, of course, the final appearance of the Santarans, as well as Patrick Troughton's second Doctor, because unfortunately Patrick Troughton passed away 2 years after the story was broadcast. It is, of course, the 2 Doctors. Is it a good multi-Doctor story? Not really. It has got faults. Instead of it being the second Doctor getting kidnapped by the Santarans, it should have been really the 6th Doctor, and having the second Doctor being pulled out of time by the time he's still going to rescue his future self. That's the way I would have written it, but it's still got Patrick Troughton, it's still got Colin Baker in it. I do like them 2 when they argue and stuff, where he goes, I've come a long way for you. Thank you. Don't appreciate any thanks for it. I absolutely do like the 2 Doctors. Great story. I do like Death Story, I do like Jacini, and I do like Shockeye. I really think he's a good Androgum. The next story we have is, of course, Timelash. Not many people in the Doctor Who fandom really enjoy Timelash. I have to say, I'm not one of them. I think Timelash is a decent story. I do like the Borad. I think he's the I do like his design. Who are you? I am the Borad. No, never. I am the Borad. And then when you kind of see him use that machine and he kind of kills that person because you see him screaming. Pretty much enjoyable story. I do like Tucker. I really think he's an interesting villain. Trying to get his own way. Yeah, and I actually do like the actor that plays Herbert, who wrote the Time Machines. And I really enjoyed this story. I really think it's great. So, Timelash. And then the final story of season 22 is, of course, a good story. Set on the planet Netcross, where you've got Davros pretending to be the great healer, we have Revolution of the Daleks, or Revelation of the Daleks, something like that, with Colin Baker's Doctor. Now, this one is my 3rd favourite story from the season, because, yes, we've got Daleks, we've got Davros, we have the return of the Skaro Daleks come to arrest Davros, we've got a new race of Daleks, the Netcross Daleks. Pretty much enjoyable. I absolutely love it. I love the fact that we have like this kind of glass Dalek. We've got this woman, Natasha, that's just come to try and find her father. And he's being mutated into a Dalek. And he's going, kill me! Kill me! And he's like there screaming so she ends up killing him. And he's pretty much of an enjoyable story. And I absolutely love it. Because at the end of this story, there's a little bit of a thing about this story. Because at the end of it, you have the Doctor saying to Perry, alright, I take you to... It's because the next season, season 23, was supposed to have 6 stories. One of them was set into Blackpool. So this story was supposed to lead into that next story, known as the Nightmare Fair. But because of Doctor Who being cancelled in 1985, and I believe they were in the middle of broadcasting the 2 Doctors when the news came about. So that season was actually scrapped, and then they produced The Trial of a Time Lord, which we've already got on Blu-ray in Doctor Who The Collection Season 23. So that's one reason why. That's a little bit of that story, because this story was supposed to lead into the Nightmare Fair to begin the next season, but that was scrapped, so they had to edit that bit out. So that's every single story from season 22. Now, this season, 2022, season 20, 2022, I really think it's great. Now, I did predict this season back in November, December time, really, when I was doing my video, my predictions. And this was the very first one I thought about. And even though this website, that I don't know what website it's from, because my mate Thomas sent me this. I don't know how he found it, but thank God he did. It absolutely looks like Doctor Who season 22 is next. I'm quite looking forward to it. Now, there is a rumour that the announcement for this box set is supposed to come out on the 5th of January. Which is probably right, because on the 5th of January 1985, the season started with Attack of the Silence Part 1 being broadcast. And then it ended on the 30th of March 1985. So it does kind of make sense that they do want to get this season out, because we've got Colin Baker, have 2 Colin Baker seasons. And it does kind of make sense going from a 1970 set to a 1980 set, because we've only got 5 1980 sets, really, with season 18, season 19, season 23, season 24, and season 26. So the 11th release of Doctor Who The Collection is going to be the 6th Blu-ray release of a 1980 season. And it means Colin Baker's will be done. I am a little bit disappointed it wasn't season 21, because I would really love season 21. But I'm absolutely happy we got season 22. I mean, Attack of the Simon in HD. How awesome is that? If I was going to say that I would actually like to have one story to have really good CGI effects for it, I would absolutely love to see Ventures on Varus to have it, unless it's already been done on the special edition. Don't even think it has. No, but it does have 5.1 surround sound. Yeah. If not that one, I would actually like to see the 2 Doctors get a special CGI treatment for the Santaran ships and everything. So let me know in the comments what you think of Doctor Who Season 22. Are you glad it might be coming out on Blu-ray if the rumours are true, if it's been leaked? Let me know in the comments what you think of it. And please do like, subscribe and share, and join me for more Doctor Who content videos. Have a great day and join me for more Doctor Who awesomeness.